Hey y'all, so I've had a few questions throughout my videos of me using tools like Pixyz, showing on-demand training, things like that, all pieces of the industry license for Unity Industry. So this video is just to cover what is Unity Industry, why do I keep showing this, etc. So I'll start off with why I'm showing Unity Industry capabilities. It is because I work inside of Unity on the part of the company that is non-gaming. So most of the customers that I work with will be in the automotive, the aerospace, the retail, the manufacturing, the medical industries. And I work with these customers to do things like simulation, collaborative design review, immersive training, etc. So that's kind of the why, is that this is what I live and breathe every day. And looking further at this, just to answer the immediate question that everyone probably has, how much is it? So a seat of Unity Industry is $49.50 per year per seat, as it says here on the website. This is intended to be used by a non-gaming customer. The reason that Unity Industry has a collection of tools within it down here is because these are all the tools that are considered necessary for you to succeed and thrive in a non-gaming environment. So a couple other immediate questions to answer before I get into what's included with this is, how do I know if Unity Industry is the right solution for me? If you create applications for use outside of games or entertainment and your company's total finances exceed $1 million, Unity Industry is the solution for you. Unity Industry's features, add-ons, onboarding, and support options are tailored to the needs of this type of customer. We already looked at how much it costs. The other thing that I wanted to show here is what learning resources exist, because this is not explicitly called out elsewhere on this website that I saw, but having a Unity Industry license does get you access to the professional on-demand training, which is hundreds of hours of training courses, some of them slanted more towards an industry lens of how to do different operations within Unity, with Pixyz, with asset management, etc. But this is one of the things that does come with the industry license. So if you're working at an aerospace company, you're wanting to get your hands on Unity and start working with it, and you haven't used Unity previously, it does come with a lot of really good training here, as well as some onboarding and helping you get going with Unity Industry itself. So just to come up here and really cover the meat and potatoes of this. So what is in a Unity Industry license? So you get the most recent LTS, obviously, of the Unity editor. So you can get older versions of the editor. You can get beta versions of upcoming releases. You can get Unity 6 just as it stands today, the LTS. But this effectively updates as Unity updates whatever it's using. So this more or less just means the editor. The second piece here is probably one of the coolest that I have a lot of experience with, which is Pixyz plugin. So for those of you that know Unity and you know Pixyz, or you know 3D data conversion, I have quite a few videos on Pixyz and how it works. But the long and short of it is that this is a plugin that you install through the package manager. It's an entitlement that you get by having an industry license. So you will see it as an available package if you have an industry license. And once you open this plugin, you can effectively click import, point to over, it says right here, over 70 different types of file formats, which include CAD, BIM, point cloud, unoptimized polygons. So this allows you to pull in data like SolidWorks, CATIA, Revit, Rhinoceros, etc. And it will automatically convert that into a tessellated polygonal mesh inside of Unity. So the cool thing here is that it also has some automated workflow steps that you can take, where if I have found 15 different things that I want to do to an asset after I import it, like moving pivot points, reversing normals, decimating based on a query of metadata, I can do all of that, and I can create a rule set that will automatically run that sequence of rules the next time that I import that asset. So Pixyz plugin is a really useful tool, but it's going to likely be more useful if you're in the industry space, because most games workflows, you don't really need a conversion layer between parametric data and polygonal data, because the data is typically never made in a parametric software because it doesn't need to be machined or shopped. A Unity Asset Manager is something that you get access to immediately with any type of Unity license, but you get kind of an advanced level of access through having a Unity industry license. And this is a cloud-based digital asset manager solution. And the whole idea of Asset Manager is that I think of it more or less as a really nice visual front-end DAM that is powered by Pixyz SDK. Pixyz SDK is the back-end kind of headless version of Pixyz that creates Pixyz plugin and Pixyz Studio. So the cool thing is all of the Pixyz functionality that we just talked about exists within Unity Asset Manager. So I can effectively point out to a PLM or some sort of a repository of engineering data, and I can say, as a new file is committed here, go ahead and ingest that into my asset manager here. Go ahead and convert that into polygons, create a preview for me that I can spin around in 3D that's a GLB file, as well as go ahead and optimize and convert that into a USDZ. Then I can take that output on the other side of it, open up Unity, where there is a asset manager for Unity Editor package. And inside of Unity Editor, I can now pull that data directly into my scene. Then if I push an update from the front end, from the PLM, I can be inside of the editor and see that there's a new version of that and preserve my versions forward and backwards, but update to the most recent version. So that's super helpful. The next thing that's included here is Unity Build Server. So this will streamline development by offloading project builds to on-prem hardware. So the idea is that I think of this more or less as a headless version of Unity that you can use command line interface to interact with. So some of the more arduous tasks that I don't want to lock my PC up doing, I can push out to the build server. So it could be something as grandiose as building the project out to an executable. It could also be something like automatically clumping assets and pushing them out as asset bundles to be used with the addressable system. Could also be doing light bakes inside of a scene. So you can use a build server in a lot of different ways. Then you have industry success, which helps to overcome onboarding challenges, speed up time to market with success management. So this is kind of your support layer, your training layer, and the ability to upskill your team and get results fast. You do lastly get access to Unity source code if you have an industry license. So there's quite a bit that goes into Unity industry. As I mentioned, I work in a lot of different use cases across a lot of different verticals that are all non-gaming. But I think this is a really good cluster of products, tools, support to enable the success of a customer in an environment where you might not have been using Unity much. You're kind of learning the ropes. You're wanting to get deeper into using Unity for simulation and visualization in these industrial spaces. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Again, this isn't something that you're going to use if you are a hobbyist. If you're someone who's working at home on your next cool game project, I wouldn't worry about Unity industry. I wouldn't even consider it because it is positioned and it is priced for use in an industrial workforce. And as always, I hope you're having a great day. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.